With a yo-ho-ho, it's TaleOfTheToaster. Welcome to the depths of the Pynewood Forest. It's dark, there's Venus flytraps, there's still side routes with treasure chests containing a gold celebration called me. Congratulations, it's me. You win the prize, it's my company. And I don't mean that in a business sense. Yes, right in the center is our next objective. So we need to go and have a look with the rainbow bracelet in hand. We're heading for the life village. This doesn't look like a village. What's here? What's going on? Yikes, this doesn't look too good. What the? Is that a ghost? If you want to proceed from here, you have to get through us first. What's that supposed to mean? There are 11 of you. Let me guess. You want a football match? Football? Yes. So we can't pass through here without beating you? Let's do it, Captain! Huh? I want to use this as an opportunity to learn how to use a totem. It helped me out a lot in the semi-final. She's so afraid of the bugs, but apparently these ghost-like figures are fine. Please, I'd rather practice against some ghosts than insects. If that's the case, we'll play too. Me too. Okay then, guys, let's do this. Well then, let's play. So yeah, and they don't just put you straight in the match either. You're like properly barricaded in, like, you know, football. This is meant to be the way forward, and you can actually... no, there's a wood boost there. You can actually get pretty far. He's the one blocking the exit, but you are properly stuck in there. I don't mean to remove the ominosity of this or anything. It's quite a scary situation, but we got ambushed! Yes! My favourite defensive move! Who do we give it to? Who needs ambush the most? Oh, I love that. It looked great on Faye, but he's obviously not a permanent team member. Olive, are you up for it? Obviously, all of our actual defenders have defensive moves. Buddy doesn't have one, but if I may give a slight spoiler, he will get one. It's not like a story plot or anything. It's just in his level up moveset, so wouldn't worry about it. Charisse actually needs a blocking move. I think that makes the most sense then. She's, well, apparently she's a wind element player. I did think she had a bit more to do with grass than that. Realistically, it makes the most sense on Trina, but she's already got plenty of bush theme moves. It's 140 power. It's genuinely a very good move. I've just remembered, actually, she has a much more fitting blocking move for sale in the very next town, but never mind. She's got ambushed now. We are indeed ambushed by these ghosts that she is more keen than any of them to take on. They all have slightly different lines of dialogue, just not very interesting ones. This one looks to be in the most pain of all. Fine, we'll have the inner link, seeing as we're in full padding mode, but the opponents we see before us are called the Terrible Shadows, or at least that's a translation of the Japanese name. They don't really have a proper name because they are game exclusive. You don't see them in the anime. We've got the old spelling of Charisse in there, whoops, but at least it gives me a segue to talk about the fact while I was in Spain, I bought some Inazuma 11 manga, and now I see where the Charisse Blossom misspelling came from. So that spelling you see on screen is used in every dub of the anime, but it's the Spanish manga that gets it wrong and spells her name with an H and an N on the end of Blossom. We're going to run with this formation. Lucian, Dave Quagmire, and Bylong at the front, so we're going to go pure recruits with Buddy and Charisse at the side. Arian we have to have, but we're going to move him a bit further back. I mean, I can have him on the bench, I think, but we'll have the Ryman supporters in defence as well, alongside the first appearances of Olive. And we can even have a bit of Ambrose Eriksson in goal for a while. But Zippy, he's definitely a mandatory player for this one. So let's get it started. They are level 36, and this is going to be our robot guards equivalent for this game, or the clay ones in Zhuge Liang's tower. This is Terrible Shadow. They bring with them some horrifying music. There's 11 identical ones, and the funny thing is you can't actually look at their bios to see what their movesets are. They all at least have one skill to increase their power. They usually actually have 2 skills, and I'll tell you what, we'll get into that, because Terrible Shadow, it seems like padding for the game's sake, but these are more important than you think. What even are you guys? Let's just focus on winning this match. We need to get through. Alright, let's do this. For now, we'll just see how they do at actual football. They certainly look like menacing opponents to be faced with. And, you know, we're also dealing with the gravity of Pynewood Forest, so that makes everything harder already. Oh no, Blast Mine. Oh. I was going to try and use Blast Mine and then Gungnir on Dave Quagmire, but apparently that's used up everything he's got to offer, pretty much. Well, we'll bounce the ball along the pit and mash it. Go on, go on, go on. He finally gets possession, and then that's what comes of it. Yeah, this is basically your tutorial match for the gravity ahead of the real match that will be coming later in the chapter. But it's tough for you to deal with, but it's also tough for them to deal with. Let's see if Amber has what it takes to stop a double helix. That's a bit of a good move for him to be busting out. 294. Alright, I think I'm going to be starting this match from behind here. Just about, yeah. Alright, well, we're losing. No, they don't have any voice lines of their own, unfortunately, so it's just going to be Arian's disappointment. Well, fine. We'll put Terry in goal, and I guess Quagmire, your kind of purpose is done for a little bit, so you can be Faye, I guess. We'll try and put Quagmire back on for the second half when he's got some of his TP back, because I at least wanted to do a Gungnir and fire it towards the goal. But alright, so maybe I should talk about the Terrible Shadows and why they're so important now, because it seems like we've got no actual story objectives for the time being. Miximax is in this game, but only in the post-game, and it's not really addressed throughout the story other than to say that it's banned. But there are certain Miximax genes or items that are now unavailable compared to what they were in Chronostones. Like, for example, to get Simeon's monkey form, he had to Miximax with his own S gene, or the Wu gene would be the one that the werewolf guy would Miximax with to get his super scary form. And there's other ones as well, like Flora used to Miximax with the Rose to, well, if you're going to ask me to box lock, then sure. Yeah, there are various items in Chronostones that just came with the character, and they would Miximax with them from just right out the gate. They make it simpler in Galaxy. Now, if a character used to Miximax with themselves, essentially, now what you actually need to do is, in the post-game, recruit one of the 11 Terrible Shadows, and instead you Miximax with one of those guys to bring out their true form, as it were. But not only that, but it actually is really beneficial to do so, because every single one of these Terrible Shadows has at least 2 skills in their level up moveset. So not only are you getting your Miximax form by powering up alongside these guys, but also you're actually free to take the 2 skills that they already have, as long as you've leveled them up a bit, and they just actively become very beneficial players to have on. Oh, come on, Lucian. Like, it's worth Miximaxing with these guys, even if you don't get a form change out of it, just because they already come with good skills, and clearly they have good special moves as well, like Double Helix, if that's what you'd rather have. So yeah, they're scary guys, and they're giving us a story match to deal with here, but their secret real purpose is just to be Miximax targets, so that's fine. I get I've pressed that too early actually. There's no point special tacticking there. I was meant to take the ball first with Eugene and then well, apparently he won't be taking the ball. Okay. Wow, long shot. Alright. I'll deal with it. Blam dunk? I didn't notice. Has fully leveled up. Bicycle blade, that is another good move on one of these terrible shadows. Terry is quite capable of blocking it, of course, but really goes to show these guys are no joke. Take them lightly at your peril. That's the word. Because bad gravity, good movesets, good stats, they're just genuinely quite a threat. I can't use special tactics now. I've left it too late. And I just have no moves, so I'll just use Flapjack Defense for the sake of it. We're done. We're just straight up losing in the first half. At least I got my explanations out of the way, but I need to try a little bit harder in the next half if we want to actually win the match, because you know that'd be pretty bad if like go on. Oh! I was mashing the S button so that he could fire off a long shot in the last minute, but he didn't even get the chance. This lot aren't bad.
What's it doing? Whoa!
What the?
Buddy.
Judy? How did you get here?
You're still weak, buddy.
What?
You haven't changed at all since that incident. You're weak.
Judy, why are you saying this?
Look at you. You can't even use a totem yet. You think you're improving? Don't make me laugh.
Judy? Dad? If your football skills were graded, you'd get a straight 0. You can't even use a totem like your teammates yet. Dad?
Is that me? Yeah, I'm you, but better. This is what you used to be like before you started being pathetic. Your parents are so disappointed in you. You're not the best at what you do, so what's the point exactly? I'm pathetic, but...
Uncle Pharaoh? But how? Why are you out here playing football? You should be back on Earth trying to rebuild your boxing career. Don't let this pointless sport get in the way. Go home and get better at boxing like a real man. Uncle Pharaoh. You're not him, are you? What? My uncle would always support me no matter what, through thick and thin. Stop impersonating him. Curses. What? You're the shadow guys? What just happened? What's going on? I think we were all shown different types of illusions. We've been duped. What? I think those three are still confused. But Judy... Dad...
Am I really becoming pathetic?
Guys, snap out of it!
What a shame. We still need to finish our match, don't we?
Yeah, and I need to find some goals, and now we've kind of got part of the squad on Demoralization Central. Let's have a look at this formation. So, Bylong's basically out of it. I don't have Imposter Victor or Zach with me right now, or Falco. I realise I've made this quite hard for myself. Ricardo's got a soul, a totem. He doesn't have the greatest moves. I think Charisse, funnily enough, has the strongest shot left, unless we bring out Faye's Fighting Spirit. I haven't needed to do so up to this point, but I also might have no choice. Lucian, can you afford another Emperor Penguin number 2? The answer is no. Adekebe, are you gonna go up the front line? What? We'll just have an upfield defender, I guess. Trina, you can swap with Ade. Well, I'm gonna need Charisse and Buddy to snap out of these phases they're going through, because we genuinely need a bit of a power up here. How did I manage to remove all of the team's forwards? Well, we've got an advanced gauge for now. There is no impact on the footballing abilities of those who are feeling a bit down bad. They'll still work just as you want, but now the Terrible Shadows are actually taking the physical appearance of the people who are terrifying them. We've got Judy on the pitch, we've got Zippy's father, and there's also a younger version of Charisse. So let's try and find them so that we can get into some duels. Trina is, again, low-key, in a kind of immersion-breaking way, one of the best players in the series. She has the highest block in the game, and she will later get an insanely good dribbling move as well. So we can certainly rely on her for any purpose that we need. Nope, that gravity, it's going to stop us. From Leeuwarden in the Netherlands, it's gravity. Well, fine, we'll carry on. Where are the... So I guess Zippy's father is probably going to be a defender just like his son, and then Charisse should be somewhere in the midfield, right? But then Judy was functioning as a forward. So, I don't know, let's win this interaction with Faye and then see if Ricardo can intercept this pass. I don't know if he will. Yeah, I've got to do it from all the way over here, and Fortissimo Foot is not even powerful enough to score, I don't think, but we'll just abuse special tactics later if we have to. Yeah, it totally missed, but there's the advanced gauge anyway. There's young Charisse with a much bigger head.
It sure does feel nice being number one. If there's 11 people, you'll surely be forgotten at some point. Is that what you want? Well...
we all need to work together to get points. Football's a team sport, after all.
We all need to work together? We're all going to be the best together. What? It's like what Arian said. It's a team sport. When we win, we're all number one. I need to let go of my past. This is who I am now.
Is that a deer? Wait, no. It's the shape of a gazelle.
Indeed, it's actually called different things depending on what region you're playing in, funnily enough, because it doesn't look... It's not scientifically a gazelle, that's just the most elegant and closest sounding name for it, with a slight conflict of interest to the Inazuma 11-2 character. But we'll go with gazelle. I can't even remember the name of the animal that it's most like.
Nice one, Charisse.
I've never felt more alive. Let's win this.
As you would expect from a midfielder, it is a midfielding totem, and we get a nice little opportunity to see it right here with the totem strike on blowout level 2. I'm getting better at the timing, and I say that I'm actually just getting completely lucky. This is another one that actually seems like a really nice special move, and would probably be celebrated as quite a nice special move if it just was one, but because it doesn't have a name, you never talk about totem strikes.
Your totem is really helping you to truly express yourself.
Hey, what's that supposed to mean?
It always is a bit weird that Charisse actually is a midfielder, because she's so focused on being the best. You wouldn't think she'd settle for midfielder. Hey, no, this isn't good at all. I didn't think I'd need the totem strike twice. We've just narrowly been beaten there. Charisse, she's got Butterfly Dream as like a new move. We need to show it and get 2 goals so that I can win match. Judy's still here as well. Let's have an actual encounter between Zippy and his father, unscripted. Well, I'm not interested in losing, but I have to. Here they go, Judy and Zippy's father together doing the air ride. Yeah, that's definitely the real him. I'm not letting you take a shot, though. We do not have time for any of that stuff. Get out! Let me do a long shot. Anything. No. This is so bad. Cherise, I guess we have to Totem Strike if we're back in a possession, because we are one team level lower than these guys, and it's really costing us. But mashing the goal, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, no, God, I hate this. It's so hard. I've got 13 minutes left to get 2 goals, and I accidentally left a completely obvious opening, and Adekebe is also messing this one up. We haven't even filled the advanced gauge either. We have more to do as well, and we're just not even winning. Oh, right, so I've lost this match, huh? I accept it. We've brought out Cherise's totem. That's not. They're taking another shot. Come on! The gravity also completely ruins Claw de Force. It's not making it to the other side of the pitch at all when we're dealing like this. I can't believe Ribbon Shower lost. Like, yeah, it's weaker than the Totem Strike, but it's not bad. It's still on one of the quote-unquote best midfielders in Japan. Come on, just do stuff, Faye. This is fine. You know what? Maybe it's better that we do just lose it. We've even filled the advanced gauge at this point, but we need to be in possession of the ball to fill it. Maybe it is better if I just lose this match and then I'll cut back into the second half. We'll do Cherise properly, see if she can get a goal. Don't take that sentence out of context. And then we'll see what happens in the other advanced gauge after that, because it's not related to Cherise. Oh, Leaf, this is your chance. Do some... player of Nayade. I'll see you for the advanced gauge in the rematch instead. Okay, so full time in defeat. You know, exclusive losing dialogue. We have to have a loss somewhere in the LP, right, to remind us of the Merry Times days. No, it doesn't even give us any dialogue, really. Maybe on the game over screen it will? No. So the way game overs work, Cherise obviously awakened her totem in that story objective, but it is gone. Losses to these guys don't count. Just double check I'm not making that up. It's actually lost all of my progress. I think even the items I opened in the nearby area are gone now. Yeah, it just genuinely quits without saving, so now I need to get all this stuff again. Anyway, I'll see you in the second half of the match where we'll just do it all again. Right, let's try a strong opening gambit. At least it guarantees that the move will be seen. Dave Quagmire, in your only contribution to the match, here's Gungnir, setting up a chain shot with Lucian right in front of him as well. 200 power is not bad. We're going to boost it even higher with Emperor Penguin number 2. Bylong, if he was higher level, he would also have Dragon Driver, which could be an additional shot chain to that. But he's not high enough level, so he won't. Is the simple answer to that one. That's not going to score or anything, but I don't know, maybe I'll just use Zack's totem or something. I'm still trying to swear off using fighting spirits in story matches, but totems are technically fair play. I mean, we're clearly forced to use one soon, so I will win through some kind of means, hopefully. So, one advantage of quitting without saving. Ambush is not on Cherise's moveset anymore. I decided to give it to Alpha. Because, yeah, Cherise, she will be getting a different blocking move in the next episode. And then, of course, I wanted to long shot with Buddy, who just can't do anything. Well, neither can they, apparently. Go on, let's try and set this up properly. Lucian, how much do you have in the way of TP? You can't do another Emperor Penguin. So we'll swap you out for Zack, but what can we do for a little shot chain? I want to do Buddy into Arian. Actually, we definitely don't want Bylong because he took a shot and they were actually able to stop it. We'll go with Ricardo. I'll have a little 3-piece shot chain. Where's the mans? There we go. Because I've still, at this point, never showed Buddy scoring a goal and going into angry mode. in a story match, he does that whenever he scores with driving header. So I don't think this will be enough even with the three of them, especially when Arian's running off. But we can try. 101 power, slightly boosted by Ricardo. Yeah, Arian, where are you? Where? Oh, supposed to be our captain. It's not even going to get past the defender. I'm just going to cut now. Spinning cut. Wow. Right, Charisse has got her totem back, and we're just going to spam those totems. Dribble up level 1. Is that going to permanently raise my dribble? Because then maybe I could actually get past the next defender without having to use the totem strike and save enough TTP for a, or whatever the gauge is called, for a butterfly dream at the end. But hopefully I can just outrun them and get the first goal of the match, because we've got 10 minutes left and I still haven't scored. This gravity just is beyond my mere mortal comprehension. So fine, totem strike again, third time in this video, and then hopefully the totem might level up so that I can make Butterfly Dream a bit stronger and more affordable, but can't guarantee that it's going to level up, and indeed it didn't. But don't let that advanced gauge fill itself yet. We need to actually get the goal in this match finally. Team up with Zach for a butterfly trance. That looks glorious. Will it score? Because if it doesn't, and it hasn't, I'm in great trouble again. Again, the contents of the next advanced gauge is kind of irrelevant if I don't win. But let's just hope for the best. Zippy, what's wrong? Can you not find the solution? There was always a lot of things that you couldn't do properly. You're simply too inexperienced. I'm inexperienced.
Don't give up, Zippy and Keenan. We're all believing in you. You two are the key to victory.
I'm not inexperienced. I can create the solutions to get victories. It's because of my own strength that I'm able to do these things. No! Here's my solution to this problem.
What's with that little totem?
Yeah, his solution is to turn into a small weasel. But it works. And there goes Zippy's dad, rip.
You did it, Zippy. You finally did it. I'm not Zippy. What totem is that? A weasel?
It's not a weasel, it's a badger.
A badger?
Yeah, weasels look a lot like badgers. They're small, but very tough. They have very rough fur and sharp claws. Even some dangerous snakes are scared of badgers.
Well, okay then.
And it's specifically a rattel. That is the type of badger we're dealing with here. A honey badger is called a rattel. Really? Is that all you've got? My totem? I think it's very nice, actually. Let's finish this match, guys. Indeed, we're actually still nowhere near winning at this stage. A draw is not good enough.
Tut tut tut. What do you expect to do when you're so weak?
And he has been throughout this match. I've not won a single command duel with Buddy. No dribbling moves, and all of his, well, no defensive moves, and all of his other specials that he does have are pretty poor. Right, I'll just have to show you the power of my totem. That'll do it.
On second thoughts, that totem's really cool.
What's going on? I saved you from the illusion of the shadows with my totem strike.
You can use a totem?
You weren't watching.
I can as well, silly.
Yeah, that Judy was meant to be my narrative arc, but I just kind of missed. No fair, I want to be able to use one too.
Well, this isn't your episode, I guess. We have 2 minutes left. We have 1 minute left. If I really it was bad enough losing to Mac Tigers and ruining the narrative flow of that episode, but I have, by enforcing myself to not use spirits and then just not wanting to use totem strikes. I have made it in... So I've lost twice in one episode. I'll see you later. Anyway, with the power of Falco's ridiculous running speed and his totem strike, we should finally get that one goal. But the other thing that I needed to mention about the match before we finally bring it to a close is the fact that it is game exclusive. Because this is where Charisse and Zippy get their totems, so obviously it's important. So then rock out first. Yeah, in the anime, the Earth 11 have actually already met the Fertilia 11 at this point, and they're just having a practice match with the other players. And rather than these terrible shadows influencing the players to have these nightmares, instead they just blame the flowers in the nearby area for making everyone feel weird, and they just kind of overcome that while already playing against the Fertilia 11. So I think the game's handling is a little bit better, while also creating a circumstance where you have these good Miximax targets. And the fact that I've lost to them twice shows why they're probably worth Miximaxing with, yeah? If you have Simeon on your team, or Dracul, or Wolfram, or any of those players that you picked up halfway through the game as extra recruits, you will absolutely want to Miximax them with Terrible Shadows in the post-game, unless you just don't want their form changes, because I guess they're not as optimal as they used to be, but like, I certainly would. Right, we win unless they score, which they might. Man, this was painful, genuinely. I put the no fighting spirits rule on myself for the sake of not making the game too easy, because when I first played Galaxy I was doing all the competition route matches at the same time, and I made the game ridiculously easy, like it was a challengeless run. So I wanted to have a slightly tougher run here, but also making myself try to not use totems unless they're forced to come out. Maybe that was a step too far, because I have struggled, even in this match where I've been deliberately trying with Falco and Zack at the front. It has not gone really according to plan at all. We'll take the 1-0 win. I didn't even get to do anything extra with Zippy, just in case he had any extra dialogue if he wins with a totem strike again. But no, that's it. On a third try, we have finally beaten the Terrible Shadows in the most segmented Let's Play episode I might have ever done. I've been recording for 1 hour and 8 minutes. But yeah, if you do play the game at the recommended levels, turns out it's pretty tough. And the reason fighting spirits and totems are so good is because you're supposed to use them, and if you don't, it's tough. But Arian's got Tornado Tunnel, so that'll make dribbling a bit easier in the future. We did it! Whoa! They came back! I'm violently shaking her.
Hey! Let go of her! What the...
Go to sleep. Yo! You guys alright? Yeah, thanks. Who are you? My name's Banda. Nice to meet you all. You guys are the Earth 11, right? I'm part of the Fertilia 11. You play for them? Yep, I'm just happy I got here in time. This is the land of the shadows. They were trying to consume you. That's horrible. The plants around here add to the strength of the shadows. That's why they can appear as illusions. So that's how the shadow turned into my dad. He looked identical to the real thing.
If it's so dangerous, then why hasn't this planet done something about it yet?
Huh?
By leaving this here, you're putting people in danger.
We don't want to do that. These plants are living things.
They're living things?
The shadows and plants have a purpose in this world, just like us.
Fair point.
These plants make fertilizer. They clean the air and create crops. We need these things to operate in life. Do you know if there are any nicer shadows? I'm not sure. Please come to our village as soon as possible. I'll guide you. Oh, I almost forgot. We get the Fathom Flower to make sure that we're never fazed by those guys again. You can cure illusions so the shadows shouldn't bother you. And I think they're still affecting Buddy anyway. You're welcome. Follow me.
Hey, wait up!
Yeah, I don't know about you, Mr. Banda guy, but I'm knackered. That's it for this episode. Well, that was a close one. That helped me resolve my personal issues, though.
Yeah, me too. That flower is great, but we don't need it anymore. What about you, Zach?
I don't need it. I trained myself to keep my body and mind in good shape. However, I saw brief visions during that match. They showed a mad version of myself on a red, futuristic motorbike. I'm not quite sure what those visions were myself. Alright then. Again, only the game is willing to even slightly allude to Zanuck. The anime just doesn't do it at all, but I like the little nods here and there. But that's it. We'll go to the Life Village and meet up with Banda in the next episode. For now, we've beaten the terrible shadows. Charisse is feeling pretty gazelic if you're a Dutch viewer.
It's probably because my legs are so slender and elegant.
We thought you were getting some character growth, and then straight back to this again.
Honey badger.
Thanks. In the next episode, no football allowed. Bye.